So here we go. This is the Blue Intermediate Group, BMW CCA, and this is the third session on Sunday at Hallett. I have Sean behind me in his white M4, and I believe I have the silver M2 Competition that you see in some of the videos as well. So here we're coming up to turn 2, known as the bus stop. You see I'm pointing down to the ground because I want Sean in the white M4 behind me to follow my line. I was telling him to take a tighter line here, and then here I'm showing with my hand straight line because I wanted him to make more of a straight line in between this left and right hander. So in front of me right now is another instructor, and I think he's following his students, but he noticed that our group was pretty quick, so he's about to let us by right here. So that's a pass to each one of the cars that was following me as well as myself. And now we just need to catch up to the cars in front of us who are his students and pass them. front of me right now is a Z4 M Coupe. I really like those really cool cars. But anyway, my group of students was pretty fast, and so you can tell we already have 3, 4 cars in front of us right now. So we do have to get through traffic, but usually once we do so, then we find ourselves pretty clear of traffic for a little while. So it was really a good group, moving pretty fast, and the students were able to really learn quite a lot. So here the Corvette let the car in front of me by, but if you noticed, I was a little bit hesitant to go by because I was waiting to formally get a passing signal for my car. When you're a passee, you have to give one clear passing signal for each and every car that you want to let by. So this guy gave me one signal that was for me. If there's a car behind me that's also fast, they cannot take the pass unless the passee gives them a second separate signal from the one that was intended to meet. And so that's how you know for sure that the passee intended to let you by, so we can safely control the pass, because this is just an immediate group, and we have to be safe before anything else. So right now it's really nice because we have no traffic at all. We haven't had any traffic in our lap or so. So I'm able to drive as fast as my students can follow, and really show them the line and let them drive at their full potential. I'm watching for them. If they start to get sloppy or anything like that, I can always slow down. But usually when I was in front of them, and mostly I'm referring to Sean in this case, he tended to be a little bit more sloppy when he was in front of me. But when he was behind me, he was tending to do really, really well. So with him behind me, we were really able to drive pretty fast around this racetrack. So as I was catching up to this Corvette, we were going to have a little bit of traffic in these turns. I had already started to slow down because I was trying to push my students to go faster. So actually, Sean had let the M2 Competition go by. And you can see that. I'm going to post his footage in the description below, so feel free to go check from his point of view. You can see my car in front of him and both cars when he's in the back of the group. But anyway, I had kind of, well, Sean did get a message at some point on his dash that had caused him to slow down in this section. Not a big deal, he was able to continue driving, but that might have been the time when he let the M2 Competition by. But anyway, having this Corvette in front of us had pulled away a little bit, so it allowed us to come back as a compact group again. So now we're driving as a convoy all together and more closely together. My students are able to see more precisely the lines I'm taking everywhere, and I'm able to keep them much tidier going around corners because they can see up close. So I did pull away. I was trying to motivate them to go faster. Now we're back together. I slowed down, or I did for them before we passed the Corvette as a group, and now again they can see more closely what I'm doing, and we can try to build some speed again from now. Here we catch up to this GT3. Nothing we can do. We're in the blue group. We can only pass on straightaways. So now we just have to be patient, work on our line, be extra precise, but we carry a little bit less speed. Stay behind the GT3. Wait for this last turn coming up until there's a straightaway, and hope that we get a pass and we can just drive by. That's all we can do. So we just got to be patient. No need to overpressure a car. It's only a blue student, so there's no need to be all over him, cause him to make a silly mistake or anything like that. And I think it was a woman actually, but she gave us the pass really quickly. So no, we had to just slow down the pace for 3-4 turns there, and then we're back on it. That's it. So here Sean had started to drop a little bit behind in his M4. He did get a message on his dash, and I think he wasn't really too sure how to react about it. The car seemed to be driving fine, but he wanted to slow down, I think. So right here I decided to let the M2 Competition get by because he was doing really well. Clearly his car didn't have any issues, and so I wanted to get behind him, see how he was doing, get Sean a chance to catch up a little bit. here we're passing Chris. He's in a really cool M4 CS. Really nice to see that car on the racetrack. He was one of my students on Saturday mostly, but really cool car. I let him get in front of me, but now he's not on the line. He was a little wide on this corner. No big deal though. He still, had a pretty good line, adjusted for it, but he was not exactly on his marks. As we come around the corner here, that's it, I can spot the checkered flag, and so we can slow down. It was a pretty good timing for that to come by because I was out of fuel. I think my range was telling me like 20-40 miles or something, which on a racetrack is still maybe close to a quarter tank, but also my brake pedal right now is not functioning at all. Every time I depress it, it goes all the way to the floor, so I was pretty pleased that came by.
Out of fuel, out of brakes, we're good.